Now remember, the deadline for your Earth Day project is this Friday. You'll need to decide on your topic by then so we can work on them next week.
Hey Dorothy, have you decided what you want to do for your presentation yet?
Not yet.
I'm going to do my presentation on the rainforest and why we need to protect them and all the animals that live there.
That's a good one.
I'm doing mine on sustainable farming and why we need to keep pesticides out of rivers and water.
What about you, Gerald?
I'm doing my presentation on deforestation and why we need trees.
I wish I had a good idea too.
I know you'll come up with something good, Dorothy. You just have to find the right fit.
Miss Martinez, I see that your students are hard at work.
We're working on our Earth Day project ideas for next week.
Ah, solar energy, a cute idea. But the real power will always come from fossil fuel. Everyone knows that. Well, you kids have fun with your little projects.
What's wrong?
What if he's right? Of course Principal Phillips is right. Besides, what can we do to save the Earth? We're just a bunch of kids. This whole Earth Day thing is stupid.
No, it's not. Besides, we won't always be kids.
And even kids can make a big difference.
Whatever. Have fun planting trees.
Come on, let's go, we have lots to do. If we want to make a change, we need to change the future and make a difference. Just cause we're kids, that doesn't mean we need to rearrange to make a big difference and make a difference. We all can do the simple things like placing trash and recycling bins, conserving water and planting trees are things you can do. It really is a breeze. So come on, let's go, we have lots to do. If we want to make a change, we must change the future and make a difference.
You're thinking so hard, I think I can actually hear it. Are you still trying to figure out what to do for your project?
It's just, what if Mike and Principal Phillips are right, and we're too small to make a difference?
Don't listen to them, they're just being negative.
And you'll come up with a great idea. I just know it. I'm sure you'll come up with a great idea, Dorothy. I just know it. Don't worry so much. The right idea will come to you. Just wait.
Sorry, Toto. Not right now.
Welcome home, Dorothy.
Hi, Aunt Em.
Well, I can see I'm not the only one having a rough day today.
What do you mean? Your flowers are beautiful.
They are beautiful, but without any bees to help pollinate them, that's all they'll be. Just beautiful flowers. Every one of these plants is actually a fruit or vegetable, but in order for the flowers to grow into fruits and veggies, we need bees to help pollinate them.
Where are all the bees then?
We're very careful with how we run our farm, but other people in the area aren't as thoughtful, and the pesticides they use to rid the plants of harmful bugs are also harming the bees. There used to be so many bees, the entire garden would hum, but now... Finally, a bee shows up.
But that's just one little bee.
Even one little bee can make a difference. Every time a bee sits on a flower, it pollinates the fruits and vegetables in our garden. Whew! It's hot. I wish I knew where my old straw hat was.
I think Uncle Henry put it on the scarecrow.
Would you do me a favor and grab it? I think our scarecrow will be okay if I borrow it back for a bit.
I'll go get it.
Thank you. I'll stay here and keep an eye on our bee friend.
idea, Dorothy.
Scarecrow, you're back. But how did you get here?
Glinda gave me this sweet belt. It's got just enough power in it to get me here and bring you back.
Bring me back to Oz?
We need your help.
I've got a lot going on. I have to come up with an idea for my Earth Day project, and I only have until Friday to figure it out. All my friends know exactly what they're going to do for their projects, and I can't think of anything. What's going on in Oz?
Close your eyes and count to 3 and say there's no place like Oz.
What happened here?
This is why we need your help, Dorothy. Everything's changing fast, and it's not for the better.
Why is everything so brown, dry, and hot? Global munchkin warming, that's what. I'm melting, Dorothy. What a world, what a world. A hot, polluted world. But what about the river? He puts whatever he wants in the river without even thinking about the consequences.
Oh, Dorothy, you're here just in time.
Glinda, what happened to Munchkinland? Why is it so trashy?
It's not just Munchkinland. We have a new resident living in the Wicked Witch's castle. They call him the Gnome King.
And he's causing all this pollution?
He's a Gnome King from deep in the earth where it's normally hot. When he heard the Wicked Witch had given up her wicked ways, he moved into her castle and built a mine so he could harvest coal and oil and burn them to make the castle feel more like his home. Unfortunately, the result of his activity is creating a blanket of pollution over all of Oz.
It's all the fossil fuels, Dorothy. Fossil fuels are made from decomposing plants and animals that are found in the Earth's crust and are being burned by the Gnome King to create coal and oil so he can produce energy. And when he does this, it releases gas into the air that gets trapped and causes smog and acid rain that is bad for the land of Oz. So why don't you guys just tell him to stop and go back underground? When the water dried up and the river went bad, most of the Munchkins moved to Emerald City, where the air is still fresh and the water is clean. But not me. I own the biggest house in Munchkinland. But Glinda, you can't use your magic to fix all this.
Sorry, Dorothy. Magic won't fix this problem. Real-world problems need real-world solutions.
Well, then the first thing we need to do is go to the Emerald City and talk to the Tin Man. He'll know what to do. Come on, let's go. So the Wicked Witch isn't wicked anymore?
After we taught her what it means to be a good friend, she's changing her ways for good. She doesn't even go by the name the Wicked Witch anymore. She asked us to call her by her real name, Zelina.
Zelina? That's pretty. And she lives in the Emerald City now?
She said the castle is too dark and dreary and that she'd rather be in the city with her new friends.
And is that how the Gnome King took over the castle and began polluting everything?
Yes, sad, isn't it?
That's not right at all. We need to stop him.
I thought I smelled Glinda's magic around here.
Go away, Ick.
Well, aren't you rude? I just came by to say hello to our new arrival. I've heard all about you. You're Dorothy from Idaho.
That's right. What do you want?
It isn't what I want, it's what you want.
I want the land of Oz to go back to how beautiful it was before all this pollution made everything ugly.
Good luck with that. This is just how the Gnome King likes it, and this is just how it's going to stay. Besides, what are you going to do about it? You're nothing compared to the Gnome King. He's twice your size.
I think you're wrong, Ick.
Just because you have brains now, Scarecrow, doesn't mean you know everything. You and your friends here are in way over your heads. You'll never stop the Gnome King. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye!
Come on, Dorothy, let's keep going.
Sire, Glinda used her magic to bring Dorothy back to Oz.
That meddling witch! I bet she thinks she can use Dorothy to kick me out of my new castle.
But why would she want to kick you out?
It's no secret Glinda has always wanted this castle. She knows that it's prime real estate. We must put a stop to this. These crazy kids think they can come to my land and take me out? Ha! There's no way I'm gonna let that happen. You can get all the help you want. This trash is your new home. 'Cause you can bet the Gnome King will send you home alone. Chopping trees and killing bees are fun to do, you see. You should be thanking me, 'cause no one needs those leaves. Wahaha! Ick, isn't the new Oz great?
Yes, sire.
That's right. Give up now, Dorothy, and go back to Idaho and your hop fields. 'Cause in Oz, it's my way or no way. Fail to give up, and you'll be destroyed, along with all your little friends. Oil and gas is the way of life. You might as well accept. Solar power will never last. You will all come running back. So pack your bags and head on back to that little town in Idaho. Because here in my town, your help is a big old no.
What happened to all the corn?
When the Gnome King first came to Oz, he was nice and pretended to be our friend. He told us he had a new way to help our crops grow big with fertilizers and strong with harmless pesticides to keep the bugs away. This was all a lie because his chemicals didn't just get rid of the bad bugs, it killed the good bugs too.
That's what happened to Aunt M's garden.
Plus, when we used the pesticides, the chemicals washed into the river and turned it into the sickly green you saw in Munchkin Land.
So now there are no good bugs to pollinate the plants, and there is no clean water either?
And when things do grow, they don't taste like they used to. Same with the fish we managed to catch. It doesn't take a lot of brains to realize that eating pesticides probably isn't good for us either.
That sounds horrible. Maybe they have fresh food in Emerald City.
That's not all. I was doing research and found out that pesticides can cause stinging eyes, rashes, blisters, blindness, nausea, dizziness, or even death.
That sounds horrible. Do you think we can find a solution to these problems in Emerald City?
Let's hope. Let's go there and find out.
You may think we don't need bugs, but we do because they help the system pollinate and keeping plants alive and safe. Keep our bugs alive, say no to pesticides. What did the bugs do to you? So say no to pesticides. Farmers used too many sprays that they used every day, killing bugs and harming food just to make and feed more bugs. Keep our bugs alive, say no to pesticides. What did the bugs do to you? Say no to pesticides.
So they think they can stop me.
I wouldn't worry. I mean, there's only 2 of them. 3 if you count the dog.
I hate dogs. They're always so excited. They just want to go for walks and play fetch. I can't stand them.
I know what you mean.
Let's see how easy they think it is to travel to Emerald City when they can't even see where they're going.
Oh no, a huge dust storm!
I think we should take cover. Over there, quickly.
Where? There's nowhere to hide. I can't see anything! It'll be okay, Toto.
Just hold tight, it won't last long. When the water ran out and the fields went dry, we started getting more and more of these dust storms. Even the littlest bit of wind kicks up clouds of dust. I will say, however, that was bigger than most. This is very suspicious.
Very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. If I didn't know any better, I think someone started that storm. Phew, that was a close one. I was worried they'd all blow away.
Tin Man!
Hi, Dorothy. It is so wonderful to see you again. Glinda told me you were coming.
Wait a minute. Didn't this used to be your beautiful forest? Where are all the trees?
The Gnome King needed the wood for his bridge, so he sent his minions here to cut down all the trees.
That's horrible!
The Munchkins have always used these woods to help build their homes and buildings, but they always made sure to replant a tree whenever they took a tree.
And the Gnome King didn't replant them, did he?
Not a single seed. When the Munchkins left Munchkinland and moved to the Emerald City for protection, they told me what the Gnome King did. I came here to see for myself, to try and help. I don't have a lot of baby trees, but at least it's a start.
But if you're here, who's watching the Emerald City?
Selena.
The Wicked Witch?
She's not wicked anymore. After you left, she had a change of heart, and trust me, if anyone can recognize that, it's me. And when I saw how much she had changed, I offered her a job as my assistant.
Do you think she'll be willing to help us stop the Gnome King?
There's only one way to find out. We have to ask her ourselves.
Does that mean you will come with us?
It would be pretty heartless of me not to. But before we go, would you guys mind helping me? I have a few more seedlings I want to plant.
Of course! Trees provide fresh air to help us breathe. That's why you need to give them proper care. Trees help purify our precious ground. So why don't we keep them alive, safe and sound? If you chop, 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 make sure to chop, chop, chop. Drop a seed right back into the ground. If you chop, 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 make sure to chop, chop, chop. Because trees help the world go round and round. Trees give animals a place to live. When we cut down trees, animals lose their home. Trees grow food that all the animals can eat. Cutting down trees can kill all animals. If you chop, 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 make sure to chop, chop, chop. Drop a seed right back into the ground. If you chop, 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 make sure to chop, chop, chop. Because trees help all forest life survive.
They are stubborn, aren't they?
Look at them, planting those puny trees all by themselves. Trees take so long to grow. It'll be years before they're good for anything. What a waste of time.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's time we meet this Dorothy and her friends. Follow them, and when you get a chance, I want you to bring them to me.
Yes, sire.
Do you hear anything?
Not a squeak.
What are we listening for?
Last time I was here, this jungle was full of animals. Now I can't hear a sound.
Where do you think all the animals went?
I can tell you where, but only if it's safe to come out of my hiding place.
Lioness? Lioness!
Dorothy!
Why are you hiding back there?
I'm not hiding. Hiding is for scaredy cats. I'm just trying not to be seen.
But why? What happened here?
The Gnome King decided that he would use the jungle for his own personal benefit, so he polluted the air. Most of the animals in here in the rainforest just left to go find new homes, and I stayed behind to help protect the few animals who were left behind.
Well, that's very brave.
I heard the Gnome King was going to round up any animals that hadn't left in order to make them work in the coal mines. I just helped the last animals escape before you arrived.
Oh, did you think we were the Gnome King?
I wasn't sure, so I hid to see who it was. I'm glad it's you guys.
We're glad to see you, too.
We're going to try to stop the Gnome King. But first, we're going to the Emerald City to see if Zelina can help us as well.
You're going to stop the Gnome King? By yourself? Now that's very brave.
We're going to try. Do you want to come with us?
I was hiding when you first showed up, but not because I was afraid. What scares me right now is the Gnome King destroying my jungle.
Okay, then let's go.
In the forest and on the farm and in the oceans and in the sky, animals play a crucial role in the world and in our lives. We must cherish and protect them. Without them we would be lost, 'cause they give us food and shelter and help keep balance of nature. From the smallest insect to the mightiest beast, all creatures have a place and are all a feast for the eyes and the soul. So let's give it thanks for the animals and for the gifts they bring. We must cherish and protect them. Without them we would be lost, 'cause they give us food and shelter and help keep balance of nature everywhere.
We're almost there. I can see the Emerald City. Ew, what's that smell?
It's piles and piles of rotting trash.
I know it's trash, but I don't understand. Why is it all out here?
With all the munchkins fleeing to the Emerald City, the city became overcrowded and they made more trash than they knew what to do with it. So instead of letting it all pile up in the city, they dumped it out here.
You're not just going to leave it here, are you?
What else can we do with it? We can't leave it in the city.
Then why not recycle it?
What does recycle mean?
Recycle. It's where you take something old and make it new again. Look. Bottles can be cleaned and used again, or melted down to make new ones.
Wow, that's awesome!
The paper can be recycled as well. Paper comes from trees, and if you recycle it more, then less trees will be cut down.
I like the sound of that.
Back home in Idaho, my aunt, uncle, and I put old food in a barrel, and after a while, we can use it to fertilize our new plants.
That sounds way better than using a lot of chemicals.
I know, right? Recycling is all about taking old things and using them to make new things. There are a lot of ways to get rid of the trash from Emerald City that doesn't involve dumping it out here and letting it rot.
Every day we use some materials. There is a way to use them another time. These things we must not glass, plastic, paper, and more. It's simple, what do we do? Put in the recycle bin. Fill up the trash, separating all the glass. Paper, cardboard, plastic, do not let it pass. This is a chance we don't want to waste at all. We're telling you for granted we all need to work together today. So let's recycle now to make the planet better. Make the planet better. Make the planet better.
This recycling thing sounds like a great idea.
What a beautiful fountain. Now this is the Oz I remember.
It's good to be home.
Hello, Dorothy. Nice to see you again.
Hey, Wicked. Oops. I mean, Zelina. I guess things have really changed around here, huh?
A lot. Some good, some not as good.
We've come to stop the Gnome King. Will you help us?
I already tried, and as much as I hate to admit it, my magic wasn't strong enough to defeat the Gnome King. Glenda and I confronted him when he first arrived, but we were too weak to defeat him. And now he has my castle and even my flying monkeys.
There has to be something we can do to send the Gnome King back to his underworld.
The only solution I can foresee is somehow we take the source of his power.
What's the source of his power?
The land of Oz isn't like the dark and hot underground realm he came from. That's why the Gnome King is making it hot as he can using the oil and coal mines to run a furnace in my throne room.
But that doesn't explain why he's working so hard to pollute the rest of Oz, too.
What have you noticed about Oz since you've been back?
It's dry and dusty. The air and water aren't clean anymore, and there's trash everywhere.
Anything else?
It's a lot hotter.
Exactly. The Gnome King is burning fossil fuels in his furnace, with his goal to make all of Oz as hot and dry as it is in his underworld. He needs his furnace to spit out hot, toxic clouds. Right now, the Emerald City is clean, but if things don't change, we're doomed. The Gnome King's toxic clouds are spreading towards Emerald City. Without the sunlight, we won't be able to use our solar panels for energy any longer. We'll be forced to use the Gnome King's oil and coal to run our city. Eventually, it will get so dirty and so hot here that we'll all have to leave Oz.
No, we can't let that happen. Back home in Idaho, Aunt Em told me how it takes just one little bee to make a big difference. Well, I'm going to be that one little bee, and I'm not going to let the Gnome King win. I'm not afraid to stand up to him.
I don't think you going there by yourself is a good idea, so I'm coming too.
I can feel in my heart we need to do this. Count me in.
It takes a lot of courage to stand up to someone like the Gnome King. Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm coming too. Did you expect me to say no after everyone's already said they'd go? Who do I look like? The bad guy?
Wow, what a stinky mess. Zelina, what's wrong?
When the Gnome King took over, he kidnapped my flying monkeys. I'm still hoping they're still here.
Took you guys long enough.
You knew we were coming?
Of course, the Gnome King knows everything.
Does he know how badly all his pollution is damaging Oz?
Knowing and caring are two very different things.
Ready, everyone?
I think this might be a trap, Dorothy.
We can't stop now. The Gnome King is right through those doors. Lioness?
I just remembered. I think I left the oven on back in Emerald City. I should go check.
Tin Man?
Don't worry, Dorothy. I got your back.
No, you're right. I think we need to go in.
I'm okay now. just had to find a little bit of courage.
You're right, Dorothy. Let's try and change his heart.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the legendary Dorothy, sent to try and stop me. Ha! What can you do? All I see is a tin can, a scared little kitten, a talking bale of hay, a witch who doesn't know which is better, and one little farm girl who's not too far from home.
Your pollution is destroying Oz.
As I see it, I'm making Oz better.
By destroying our crops?
And our forests?
And driving out all the wildlife?
Ha 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 ha! You see destruction, I see progress. Change is always difficult at first. But once you accept that my oil and coal are the way of the future, you'll realize how much better things are. It's because of me that Oz is warm and cozy.
The Munchkins would rather have fresh air and clean water.
The oil up here is easier to burn, and it makes great plastic bottles.
We don't need more plastic. We have enough, and we can recycle it.
Look at you. Compared to me, you're just one little girl. No one as small as you could ever stop me.
It just takes one little bee to make a difference.
A perfect comparison, as you're really starting to bug me, so buzz off. Ick, show our guests out.
No more oil! No more coal! It's time for that! No peace to go! No more oil! No more coal! It's time for that! No peace to go!
Everybody, I need your help. We have to show the Gnome King what we can accomplish together. We can't all do it alone, but together we can accomplish something great.
If we all work hard to clean up Oz, maybe the Gnome King will be weakened enough for us to send him home.
Exactly. It's hard to believe in yourself when you think you have to do it alone. But we aren't alone. We have each other.
I'll take a crew to start recycling the trash outside the city's gates.
I'll take the Munchkins to go plant more trees in the forest.
I'll lead the solar and wind power construction crew.
And I'll start building bee boxes to attract bees so we can help pollinate all the new plants.
1, 2, 3, 4!
How could this be? How could one little farm girl possibly defeat me? I was so powerful, so close to making this my new home.
I may be just one little farm girl, but when I have all my friends with me working together, we can make a big difference. Tin Man, I think this castle is the last place we need to clean up.
I agree. Let's get that furnace turned off.
No! My coal! My oil! My trash! You'll be sorry when I'm gone. How will you power your cities? How will you heat your towns? You need me. You need my oil and coal.
No, we don't. We have wind power, solar power, and recycling.
We have tall trees for clean air too.
And fields of fruit and vegetables pollinated by bees.
And forests and jungles full of wild and beautiful animals.
We don't need you now, or ever.
No! My precious heat. It's cold. It's so cold. That's it. I'm taking my progress with me and going home where it's warm and I can do whatever I want. And when I'm gone, you'll all regret this.
Dorothy, you did it. Now to make sure he doesn't come back again,
Zelina? There, all done. Now that's so much better.
I didn't think you were going to come help. Well, after what you said back in the Emerald City and at the castle, we realized you were right. By ourselves, we may not be very big, but when we all work together, we can make big changes.
Ignoring a big problem like the Gnome King doesn't make it go away, just makes it even bigger.
Ick. Isaac? Is that you?
Zelina?
It's Isaac, my flying monkey.
I missed you so much. I don't know what he did to my head, but I'm glad to be by your side again.
No way, not until you've had a bath.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you, Dorothy, for all you've done. And thank you as well, Tin Man, Scarecrow, and Lioness. You all played a big part in helping defeat the Gnome King and clean up Oz. And to say thank you, I would like to reward all of you with a token of appreciation. For the Scarecrow, a medal for sustainable and organic farming. For you, Tin Man, a medal for environmental protection and forest management. Lioness, for you, a medal for wildlife conservation. And for you, Dorothy, who was so worried that being little meant you were too small to make a big difference, I give you this.
Thank you.
You've done an amazing job here helping us get rid of the Gnome King and cleaning up the land of Oz, but there's still a lot more to do back home in Idaho. Are you ready to go home?
I am. I'll miss all of you, even you, Isaac.
With Oz back to its former self, I should have enough magic to get any of you back to Dorothy's farm if you ever need to chat. But now I must insist that you go home, Dorothy.
Okay, I think I remember how to do this. Just click my heels 3 times and say, "There's no place like Idaho," right? There's no place like Idaho. Hey, what gives?
Not this time. All you have to do is wake up this time.
Wake up?
Yes, wake up, Dorothy. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Dorothy, wake up! You poor thing, you must have gotten dehydrated.
No, I went to Oz, but not like last time when it was beautiful. This time it was ugly, and brown, and dry, and there was no water, and pollution everywhere. And the Gnome King was forcing everyone to use coal and oil, and it was awful.
That sounds like quite a dream.
It wasn't a dream, it was a sign.
A sign?
If we don't take care of our planet, we're going to end up just like Oz, with dead fields of corn and forests of tree stumps with flying monkeys covered in oil.
Are you okay?
I'm better than okay. I know exactly what to do for my Earth Day project.
Well, that's good. And if you're sure you're okay, I'm gonna go back to the garden. I've got some new flowers that I think the bees might love.
I'll help you plant them.
And that's why when you see a blue bin, you should never use it for trash, only for recycling. The earth and everyone on it will thank you for it.
Dorothy, it's your turn.
I'm ready. For my Earth Day presentation, I'm going to show you all why we need bees, and how even the tiniest little bug can make the biggest changes when it comes to helping keep our planet clean. But bugs are so little. We may be little, but like bees, it takes just one to make a big difference. and we need to start making a difference now before it's too late and we end up like Oz.
Come on, let's go, we have lots to do. If we want to make a change, we need to change the future and make a difference. Just 'cause we're kids, that doesn't mean that we need to rearrange to make a big difference. Make a difference. You're not too little to make a change. You still can make a big difference by doing your part every single day to make the world a clean and better place. So come on, let's go, we have lots to do. If we want to make a change, we must change the future and make a difference.
Lonely, I'm so lonely, have nobody. Hey, what are you doing? The movie is over. You're probably inside, aren't you? Go outside for a change.
I've got a lot going on. I have to come up with an idea for my Earth Day project, and I only have until Friday to figure it out.
Good luck with that. This is just how the Gnome King likes it, and this is just how it's going to stay.
The Gnome King needed the wood to build the bridges and towers for his mines, so he sent his minions out to cut them all down.
Wahaha, Ick, isn't the new Oz great?
We wrote the lyrics for a song, and now we're using the vocal song to match it for the beat, so when it sounds, it like flows.
Difference, just 'cause we're kids, that doesn't mean we need to rearrange to make a big difference. Make a difference.
Every day we use some materials. There's a way to use them another time.
What are you guys working on?
I am drawing a bee right now. And
For what?
for right now, the scene, what we're going to be doing a scrapbook type of thing. So right now I'm drawing the bee, and then I'm going to go over it with like pencil.
You may think we don't need bugs, but we do because they help the system pollinate and keeping plants alive and safe. Keep our bugs alive, say no to pesticides. What did the bugs do to you? So say no to pesticides. Farmers used too many sprays that they used every day, killing bugs and harming food, just to make a few more bucks. Keep our bugs alive, say no to pesticides. What did the bugs do to you? Say no to pesticides.
Go.
So this is how we made C20. We started with the bass. Then we get our drums. And finally our guitar. And all you do is put it together.
Bad angle.
Bad angle, gotta get my good side. I'm just color coding it so that it like all matches good and makes it look really good.
Where is he standing?
He is like hitting this this whole area is just clear, but he's blocking this corner. But like, yeah.
Trees provide fresh air to help us breathe. That's why you need to give them proper care. Trees help purify our precious ground. So why don't we keep them alive, safe and sound?
We should start going into how they chop down.
If you chop, 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 make sure to chop, chop, chop. Drop a seed right back into the ground. If you chop, 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 make sure to chop, chop, chop. Because trees help the world go round and round. Trees give animals a place to live. When we cut down trees, animals lose their home. Trees grow food that all the animals can eat. Cutting down trees can kill all animals. If you chop, 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 make sure to chop, chop, chop. Drop a seed right back into the ground. If you chop, 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 make sure to chop, chop, chop. Because trees help all forest life survive.